everybody, welcome back to the Free Range Nomad, coming back at you. I got a special tip for you today. If anybody has a 7.3 liter Powerstroke turbo diesel, anywhere from the 94.5, 95 to up to the 2003, the high pressure oil pump reservoir, HPOP. Now in the 7.3 liter diesels, the injectors have to need oil pressure and fuel pressure to operate properly. If you have one of these Powerstrokes or know somebody and it clatters real bad, I think you're going to find out that this quick trick that won't cost much money will make your diesel run stronger, quieter, and better, even better fuel economy than you've had since it was brand new. All right, so let's get into this. Here we have the HPOP reservoir, high pressure oil pump reservoir. Now, if you'll notice right here on top, there's a little plug, all right? And what we're gonna do, we're gonna be taking that plug out. By doing that, the high pressure oil pump reservoir, when they designed it by Ford, only has a couple little drain holes. And so whenever you're changing the oil and stuff, the oil never gets changed inside of it. So that same old crappy oil has been what's been operating your injector. And that's why they're making so much noise and it's running pretty rough. All right, so what we're gonna do now is, if you'll, and I haven't done the one on this truck yet, but I have done it on my shuttle bus, and they're both under the 7.3 liter diesel. The bus is a 98, this is a 97. They're the same engine. So let me go here, and y'all stand back here, and I'm gonna go start the truck up, and you can hear how loud it is, and then I'm gonna go over and start the bus, and you hear how quiet it is. And we'll see the change and difference in this truck right here on video. All right, here we go. Now, this truck has got 289,000 miles on it. It's been a good motor. It's still a great motor. It's really loud. It's been that way for years, but that's because I didn't know this trick. All right, so now I'm going to grab the keys, and we're going to go over here to the bus, if you'll follow me right here, and listen to the bus diesel. So as you can see, it's a lot quieter. Now I'm going to go into how to perform this little easy thing. Went to Harbor Freight, got this brake bleeder and vacuum pump kit. And the object here is we're going to pull the oil, suck the oil out of that reservoir, and keep track of how much we take out, because that's how much oil we want to put back in it. All right. Well, we're not going to, we're just going to do a rough measurement. I don't really think it matters if it goes a little bit more, a little bit less, but we're going to get as close as we can. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to take this is a 3/16 Allen wrench, and if you'll come right over here, and I've already cracked it loose a minute ago. And we're going to take this out. It's still pretty stiff. It's got an O-ring on it. Be sure try not to mess up that O-ring. I don't know if that's a Ford part or not, but as you can see, there's the O-ring and this little pump right here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pump and we're going to hook it up. I'm going to stick it in the hole. It'll go in there a couple inches. Get all the way down to the bottom of that reservoir. Now you can see it looks like this reservoir is pretty much full. Of course, I was just running the engine. And I'm going to stick this in on here. And I'm going to stick this in on here. And we're going to fill this up. Now, while I drain all this out and everything, then I'll get back to you, and we'll go on to the next step. See, we're filling up this reservoir now. There's going to be more oil in this reservoir, so when it starts getting full, we're just going to pop the lid on it. It'll stop the vacuum, and then dump it out. But I'm going to show y'all now. Let me show you how nasty this oil is. If you'll come down here and see this, look how thick that oil is. I mean, and this truck's pretty much warmed up. I just drove it not too long ago. I mean, not maybe an hour ago. So, I mean, just look, that's nasty.
Yeah, molasses.
All right, so we're gonna clean this up. What I like to do, I like to wipe it out so I can see it when I'm filling up the next one. We drained all the oil out of the reservoir. We got right within a couple ounces of a quart. So we're gonna go ahead and put a quart back in there. You know, I got about 2 quarts in this jug. I'm about half of that. Doesn't have to be exact. What you will find out is that you will have a problem finding a funnel or something to put the oil back in here. In this case, we had to kind of modify this little nozzle thing here. So we're just going to use it. We'll probably spill a little oil, but that's okay. It does take a minute to get it all in there, and we just find that you could tuck a rag back there or something, maybe keep them coming on your intake if you want to. But that little plastic cup on the suction vacuum pump is 4 ounces. So we just counted how many ounces on each one. I think we're just about there. So right now we put the a quart close to it back in the HPOP reservoir, and we're going to put the cap on it and see what it sounds like, and I think you'll be very surprised. Well, time to put this back in. We're going to pop that little plug back in and make sure that you don't mess up the O-ring on it. All right, we got it started now. The cap back on it. And we'll get it tightened up pretty good right there. All right. With that done, let's see what happens. see, it's not as quiet as the bus engine, but of course it's got about 200,000 more miles on it. And but if you heard how it winds up, you can actually hear the turbo now. It's not clattering when you're accelerating. You can tell how tight the engine sounds now, and that's just some injectors running with good clean oil through them, and with the proper fuel pressure and everything. So I hope y'all enjoyed this little trick. That little pump is only like 20 bucks or whatever at Harbor Freight, and a quart of oil, and an Allen wrench. And you can do this. You can do this at home, do it on the road, wherever you're at. And but I hope this will extend the life of these 7.3s. They're legendary. I've got one truck that's got over 400,000 miles on it, and I'm hoping that this truck right here does the same thing. So y'all come back, y'all stay tuned, and see you next time, because this is a free range Nomad. You never know what's going to happen next.